Spider-Man, Spider-Man, gonna teach you how to draw Spider-Man. Pick your pencil or your pen, time to draw your neighborhood friend. Watch out, here comes the Spider-Man. It's time, gonna teach you how to draw. Spider-Man climbing up a spidey wall. So Spider-Man, Spider-Man, let's all draw that Spider-Man. My spider senses are telling me you should like this video. Hey everyone, I'm doing something a little different this lesson, and like what I mentioned, I did the two lessons before in the other video which I just posted before this one. Kind of showed you again how to draw more poses and how to use the shapes, things like that, very simple stuff. Today I'm going to show you the same thing, but I'm going to use a professional drawing to look at and to do kind of the shapes. And the reason I'm doing this is I think this will help a lot more. My huge advice is try it with the shapes, do it from your own, then look at a professional drawing, then from a professional artist redraw the shapes how you see it in their drawing. And what I'm going to do, the link will be below for this image. You can print it out, you can look at it on your computer and another screen. Do whatever you want that you can see the image while I'm drawing it. And let's get started. So using all the basic principles, I want to show you how you can do much more complicated stuff, and that's where you need lots of practice and just a lot more. But I'm using 0.7 mechanical, and so for this pose of Spider-Man, you can have that, remember that one, actually I'm going to use 0.5, one circle shape here. If you notice, you want to change the shape rather than making it, and this is why I love this artist style so much, Humberto Ramos. I love it, very exaggerated, cartoony yet realistic, kind of, it's really awesome. But rather than making it just a pure circle, like I can do a circle like we learned, you can change the shapes around where it keeps its shape, but just mess around. So all I'm doing is, I'm looking at the image, I'm not copying it line for line, but I'm just using that circle shape, following the image on there, and I'm just marking my shapes down. So this is the back, that little point on the back, it comes down. So all I'm doing is using it as a reference, because there's a big difference between copying a drawing and using it as a reference. When you copy, you're literally looking at each line, you're trying to place the lines. What I'm doing here is I'm using it, like I just said, as a guide. So this arm is where it's going to come out. So it comes out. So this is where the shapes come into hand. This muscle here is going to be the deltoid. So it's going to wrap around. You're going to have this shape. I'm using like the shape on the image to get a rough draft. So the deltoid kind of wraps around there. The head. The way he makes the head, it's elongated. So keep with the basic. You could do a circle. This is the way a lot of people do. They draw a circle, then they make a line down that circle, and then they make an end where the chin is. And that's a really cool way that I like to do the heads. And this is going to be not really a finish. It's going to be more of a finished production than I did in the other jet poses videos. But it's not going to be completely finished because there's a lot out. But like I said, he likes to elongate the head. So you have that basic shape. But still, keeping with, see if you notice, I'm sticking with all the basic shapes we learned. So far I'm not doing anything except maybe the deltoid is a new shape. But if you look at all the deltoid is, it's on this shape, the cylinder shape of the arm here. And this shape overlaps it. So what happens is you have this arm, so just draw another cylinder-like shape. But as you can see, it's overlapping that. So this is going to be behind it. I'm copying it, but I'm also sticking with the shapes I'm familiar with. So basic arm shape, basic cylinder shape for the arms, which I really didn't go into depth on the arms, but they're basic like shapes of cylinders. Then, for here I'm just sketching part of the costume, but there's that shape. Sorry, it was off camera. The basic arm shape here. Don't worry about the muscles. Muscles is a totally different thing. You got to learn and study. But now, so this shape, here's another thing. Like I mentioned before, the pelvis is going to be behind the circle, so you're not going to see it. You're only going to see the legs. So let's draw this other arm in. Being that all this, I like to draw everything that's in the foreground, that's up close, because you know that's overlapping the background stuff. So for this arm, he's got it up there. So same principle, make like a tube shape, but it's going to be a little foreshortened and it's not going to be as long. Very simple tube shape of the arm going back, and then it's going to overlap. This shape overlaps this back shape, but same thing, arm muscle. You can see how it kind of forms like that, and then you got the hand. So the hand in this case is a little simple shape like that. This hand, he's got lots of different lines up, but basic hand shapes. So you can see now you got the basic pose of Spider-Man using the shapes we did. See, cylinder there, cylinder, circle there, and then of course the deltoid is going to wrap around once again, and it wraps around this arm. So I'm just doing that. And, you know, right now I haven't put any muscles really in besides the deltoids. And this is how I usually do it. I usually draw the deltoids first, then do the work down the arm. But here's another thing, leg behind it. This leg is going to jut out this way, and it's going to come foreshortened. But say there's one cylinder here, and then the leg, you have the big knee. He's got huge knees. It's just going to come like that. This shape, we're not going to worry about the knee shape, but it looks something like that. The knee would be in this area. And I'm not copying his shading. I'm not copying his shading exactly how it's done. I'm making the knee right here so I kind of know where it is. And his foot's going to be back here, which we're not going to worry about the foot right now. So now that we got all that in, let's start fleshing out the muscles. Deltoid muscle wrap in. See, using the basic shapes now. I'm looking at the image, yet I'm still sticking it on that form. That form of the cylinders. And this muscle is going to wrap in front of it. And you have a little muscle that runs down the arm. So that's what that muscle is. The deltoid here. Just a matter of fleshing it up now. Just flesh it up. You gotta get the flesh under the bones. You're too skinny, you gotta put some flesh on your bones. So do that, and then the costume is gonna wrap around. And he's got a shadow on it. The costume goes around. Got the spider symbol on the back, but a real simple line for that. But you see, all I'm doing is making the muscles. I'm jumping around now. This costume wraps around here, so I'm making this shape. And make creases. You know, look at his style. This is what I mean. Find your style. Find the way. Find the style that you love to draw. And I really like his style. That's why I chose him. Then this neck is going to kind of come in. You're still going to have deltoids. And basically the deltoid, you don't really see too much of the muscle because a lot of the image has the spider webs of the costume on it. So work the arm. If I have time, I'll try to do the hand in. But just work the arm, work these angles. If you note, that's why I love his style. It's got a lot of angles. It's not just regular cylinder shapes. Like this is one angle all the way down. Got a couple of squiggly lines here. A couple of lines that jut in front. And for this arm, say that you got the deltoid coming back. And this is why I mentioned in the last video, can't stress it enough. Take your time, because you can see how long I'm like at 10, probably 8 minutes right now, and I'm barely done with this drawing. And that's the point I'm getting at. So 3 huge tips. Simple is better. Simplify your shapes, because you'll have much better results. Once you simplify them, you'll have better results drawing over them. Second tip, draw your drawings big. This is about as big as my hand, so it's pretty big. The other poses I did were small compared to this because they were just practice shapes, just showing you how to draw. Then the third What was the third one? Oh yeah, the third was take your time. So take your time, draw the images bigger so you get used to it, and ultimately take your time. So this is that. He's got the shadow here where the arm hits. So this, a lot of this is in shadow. So a lot of the arms in shadow. This comes down. This arches out. But that's where you get your style from. That's why I can't stress enough, learning basic poses is in anime too is very important, because then you can start doing these unique styles of things. So let's draw the face real quick. That'll kind of bring it together. The way he does the eyes, they're a little low. They're low on the face right here. With his eyes, the way he does this, it's like this, then like that. That's one eye, and then the other eye, kind of the same thing. Curves downward. And the shape is like this shape, all black, coming up. And this is like, and it's even longer, this actually. And this other eye, same kind of shape thing. And that's all blackened in. I hope this helps. Please leave in the comments below if doing these. Please let me know if these lessons help, because that's why I really wanted to stress doing these drawings. Because it should help you to draw figures. It should help you to draw the things you love to draw at least a little better. It'll help give you more forms, more depth. Just like I stressed enough, I can't say it enough too. I am no professional. I'm an amateur. You know, I studied it in school for 4 years. I went to a bunch of lessons and things on drawing groups. So I'm no professional, but I can teach. You know, I'm not, when it comes to drawing, I'm, like I said, amateur level, but I feel like I'm good when it comes to explaining things and teaching. So I always felt I was good at that. So that's something. So they just clean up the guidelines we made. Clean up all these lines. So for the shape, you got these lines kind of going out, going down the back. This is where you could take your time, really take your time here. I can't stress that enough, because erase this guideline. So take your time doing the webs on the costume. Right now I'm not looking at the image, because you know that would take forever to look at the way every line is. But the webs arch down inward, so they kind of go like that. So take your time if you really want to. If you're just worried like me right now and you're just worried about learning the pose and practicing that, then don't really worry about getting the web in. But if you want to finish this up, make these little web lines. You can see it's not exactly like it, and the reason is because it's not a copy. It's close to it, because this was, I hope this helps. I never did anything like this, but I figure it would be a great idea to kind of show you how you can use that basic knowledge to do more amazing finished drawings and things of that nature. There's the basic body. He's got Spiderman, that little spider on this back here. You can shade in the blue where the blue is. So I'm just going back in, doing the value. Gonna blacken this in too. So now I'm just kind of finishing up the basic things. Right here, this will be a little lighter blue because it's in the background. The light's kind of hitting it. But for the knee, make it darker. So that's the knee. And then his foot, in the drawing you can see his foot. So maybe make his foot about right there. And you can see there's the foot in the background. This other leg, it's kind of jutting out. Like I said, the legs will jut out, so just make this one kind of coming out. And you can see what I'm doing. I'm just keeping a simple leg shape. But now you can really see this finished form coming. It's really amazing how it works just using what we learned. So let's finish up the weapons on the arm, and then we'll be done with it. So this. So just real simple webs, arching outward on the arms. Same thing here, simple little web shapes. And this hand, he has his thumb that comes out. And the hand shape here is kind of like, that's the basic shape, and his fingers come off of it. But, oh man, I hate it when the lead breaks. But this, he makes his hands, I like the way he does his hands a lot, and that's where I need to practice. You have the thumb shape here. You have this finger kind of jutting up. You have these ones in the background. Finger there. And erase the guidelines. He's got circles with the spider webs on it. And for this hand, it's foreshortened, so it's kind of coming out towards you. You don't really see the thumb. But basically, this finger juts forward. And it's amazing because, like I said before, take your time. When it comes to just doing fingers, it can take, just doing fingers alone could take a very long time. So you can imagine how long the whole figure takes to draw and get it drawn. But I'm using it, I'm looking at it, I'm still looking at it now just to get an idea. I'm kind of rushing through, just finish up. You can say basic kind of hands. Real sketchy, but I got the basic shapes in. So you can now kind of see that's a hand jutting forward. You get the hand on the side. Then for this leg, I want to make it dark. Not too dark where you lose it, but dark. Oh, damn, I hate it. That's something that frustrates. Ah, crap! I absolutely hate it when pencil lead breaks. I don't know what it is. It just, I can't, I despise it because you're in the zone drawing and then bam, it just snaps. It like takes you out of that zone. And so for this leg, then is, my gosh, damn pencil! You just want to come in. Same little legs on the boots here. And you can't see the foot, it's off paper. But there you go, that's kind of a finished drawing. You know, it's very simple. It's a sketch. But you can see, oh, yeah, baby! Well, that was really fun. I never did anything like this. If you want me to do this more, I'd love to do it. So leave me in the comments below, please. Because I think this is a great way to learn. This is a great way to become better. Because I'm still learning. But this is great. Use the basic shapes we looked at. I could do it with other drawings. So let me know. Thanks, everyone. And see you later. Thank you, everyone.